outside, even on the deck. I still don't love it, but then I remember the look on Harlow's face when we were talking before the gala. This baby isn't just some kind of responsibility that we're being saddled with. This baby is the start of a family for us, Harlow included. And I know she'd want us to prioritize making sure it's in the safest conditions possible, even if that means talking to Veronica instead of cuddling up with her. The two of us start walking back to the drop-off area, where he's illegally parked. After my bag is shoved into the back of the SUV, we climb in while I try calling Jaxon. His phone rings, but it goes to voicemail, which would normally have those first hints of panic stirring, but now is not the time for that. I try to remind myself that I've got systems in place to protect them, and at this point, Harlow and the others know better than to take unnecessary risks. Jaxon was so excited about this new venture, I'm sure he's probably just watching the boarding procedure. Jax, it's me. Something has come up, and I'm not going to make it. Make sure you two don't let Harlow out of your sight. I want someone with her at all times. The likelihood that the stalker is on the ship is slim, but I don't want any of you taking risks. And yes, even when she goes to the bathroom. If she's annoyed, she can call me later and yell at me. Have fun and stay safe. Hanging up, I shove my phone back into my pocket as Kai drives the car toward the mental facility that Veronica was apparently moved to after they stabilized her. We couldn't have done this over the phone, I asked my brother, unable to contain my annoyance. No, they insisted on a face-to-face meeting. The theory is that she'll escalate until she gets the kind of attention she wants, and speaking to her over the phone would probably just give her another excuse to try something more drastic until we dragged ourselves in there. Kai sounds as annoyed as I am, so it's not really fair to take my anger out on him. His grip on the steering wheel is white-knuckled, and he's tapping one finger in a repeated pattern. This is definitely more than just annoyance. Fuck, I'm being selfish. Although it's not an ideal situation, I know Kai is fully committed to being a father to this baby, and he must be worried out of his mind. I resign myself to holding back as best I can, at least when I'm talking with Kai. When we get there, we're led to a conference room. There, we find Forrest, who introduces us to two doctors and the prison warden. I guess his vacation must be on the back burner for the moment. Hopefully this won't take too long, so he and his wife can get back to it as soon as possible. Thank you for coming, Thomas. I know you had other plans today, Forrest says as we take a seat. These are Dr. Wiseman, Veronica's medical physician, Dr. Reed, the psychiatrist in charge of her case, and Warden Ellis. They've asked you here so we can discuss Veronica with you both. What about her? She really is none of our concern, I asked them, my irritation reigniting. Wasting time on this devious bitch when I was supposed to be relaxing and getting some much-needed time to work on my relationship with Harlow is basically my worst-case scenario right now. It's a little hard to separate and compartmentalize my feelings about her, even though I know they're separate from the feelings that I will develop for the baby. No, but that baby she carries is, and it would be in your best interest to hear the doctors out. Forrest scolds me, and I sigh. I apologize for my tone. At this very moment, I was supposed to be heading out to sea with my girlfriend, to drink and eat and spend some quality time with one another without too many distractions, I say to the gathered men. The two doctors look sympathetic, but the warden just looks annoyed. Can we get on with this? I've got places to be, he grumbles. Dr. Wiseman nods and takes the lead. As you have been informed, Veronica made an attempt on her life yesterday, though we feel it was a half-hearted one at best. She used her bedsheet, fashioned it into a noose, but she hadn't really even secured it to anything. We believe it was more for attention than to do any real damage. Dr. Reed takes over, looking directly at me. She seems to have had a break in reality. She believes the two of you are in a relationship and are planning to get married. My brother and I exchange a glance as he sighs. That couldn't be any further from the truth. I'm not sure if you've been...